Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for Channel Disturbance. This is an Object 261, it's the Tier 10 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of zoeballz of Reborn. Now Zoe is going to be team killed in this game. Yep, I'm afraid so, and it's going to be another Arty that's the culprit. Game started. Now Zoe's moving off to a firing position. She's got a 19 centimeter, oh, it's an 18 centimeter howitzer, get it wrong, 900 alpha, and a fairly fast fire rate, which is 27.51, was it 27.61 seconds to reload? And that's quite fast when you consider the caliber. It's quite a bit larger than the 15 centimeters, but about the same time as a 15 centimeter. Oh, she's going to fire for the crossing. She's got a Chrysler K, puts around right next door to him for 245 hit points. That was a splash. Okay, she's looking for any evidence that the enemy Arty might be there. Any bushes being knocked over? Any evidence at all that the enemy might have an Arty in that position? Well, she's given up doing counter battery just for a moment. Sometimes it can actually be useful just to do a quick check in that area, because you might be able to get an early counter battery. And Zoe is very good at counter battery work. Very good indeed. Still no sign. It could be either side of the railway line, which is why Zoe's actually looking or keeping the reticule focused on the railway line itself. And she's also potentially looking for a target such as a tank destroyer sitting on top of the railway line who's sniping at us. Well, she just fired a round in there just at that spot near that wagon, because that's where some tank destroyers like to sit. Now you do have plenty of ammo in this Arty, but you can still run short at the end of a game. In fact, I've seen Object 261s run out of ammo. But Zoe's carrying 5 rounds of premium. She's got a burst radius of 10 meters with the standard ammo, and with the premium it goes up to 11. And that does make a big difference, because remember, it's pi r squared in working out the burst radius, or the burst area. Oh, tree went down, so something knocked it down. She's not loaded yet though. Now if you notice, the GW Tiger, the team killer, is actually located behind her at the moment. He's sitting in the normal Arty position next to the railway line, so he's just a little bit further forward. And it looks like some enemy on the hills, and we're getting a request for fire on the targets on the hill from our teammates, but from the position Zoe's in, it's a bit difficult to actually fire rounds up over the railway wagons into the enemy up on the hill. She'd need to reposition in order to get shots up in that direction. So she's staying on the counter battery at the moment. You can see it's a tree knocked down there as well, just a little further to the left. Yep, I think Zoe noticed that, but she's also looking in the usual spots where an Arty might sit, behind a tree or a bush. Got a T110E5 up at the centre line, lining him up for a shot, rounds out, kill shot! And that was a nice easy kill for Zoe to start with. Now a lot of tank drivers, they ask, why doesn't Arty go to counter battery straight away? Well, Zoe does actually. Funnily enough, Zoe's one of these ladies who actually does prefer to take out the enemy Arty at the start of the game. And it can make a huge difference. Oh, tree went over, something knocked it over, and she's fired a round into that just in case there was somebody there. And I suspect there was. The round landed exactly where she aimed it. Well, it is a Soviet Arty after all. Not that I'm saying there's Soviet bias, but of course I am. But if you're listening, Victor, I didn't mean that. Okay, she's almost loaded. And we're having a look further back. Any sign of any tank destroyers? No. So I suspect that tree that was knocked over was probably one of their light tanks who was about to take a pot shot at our T110E5. And because there's a lull in the activity, so he's having a look in the usual spots where she'd expect to see a tank destroyer. Unfortunately, we've got a whole bunch of tanks who are not moving forward on the hill. They're sitting at the base of the hill at grid square H0 doing absolutely nothing. They're not even spotting the enemy on the other side of the hill. And as a consequence, this is why the game has grinded to a halt. Oh, Zoe's doing the best she can at the moment, and there's a Progetto lining him up for a shot. It's going to be difficult because he's on the move. Got a nice leading shot. Work out where he's going and plant the shell there. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, direct hit! Whenever you see the tracer disappear like that, you know you hit the target. Okay, there he is. Yes, he's stunned. He's lost some hit points. Okay, now lining him up for another shot. Zoe fires in straight away, but we don't see where that shell went. Oh, and he's just appeared. And it was a K91 who took out the Progetto. And I think he took that shot from on top of the hill. But as I said, this is a team kill video, and Zoe is going to get team killed by the GW Tiger P behind her. So keep your eye on chat, because Rutland is the guy who's pinging the map a lot, and he's the team killer. And now he's saying, WTF, what are you effing doing? Effing apes. And Zoe said, STFU. I think she's trying to say, be quiet because I'm trying to focus on my work, and that's why she was killed. So she was team killed because she was trying to tell the guy to be quiet so Zoe could get on with doing her work. And Zoe has got hits on the enemy. So now this guy's a team killer, and it's very likely they're going to lose this battle as a result. And it's very sad when this happens, because that GW Tiger P, if he'd actually got on with his job and tried to hit the enemy instead of just sitting there pinging the map all the time, then maybe they would have actually won this game. But unfortunately, without Zoe, now that they've lost one of their Arty, and with a team killer on their team, I think they're doomed to lose this one. And the GW has just been taken out of the game by the Borsig on the other side of the battlefield. And Zoe's warned him that now he's team killed an Arty, he is going to be hunted by 3,000 Arty players. And that's correct too, because his name will be added to the Arty mod that identifies team killers. And whenever they see that player in the game, yes, he's going to get the focus of all the enemy Arty, because they're going to be after his hide, because he's a team killer. And he kills Arty. Well, I think those were blind shots by the AMX-50B. And the Borsig has now said F you to other people. I think the GW Tiger P is complaining that the Borsig killed him. Well, the Borsig has actually turned blue for team damage. The GW Tiger P wasn't blue at the time that he was killed, but the point is that he was a team killer already. And now the team has no Arty, which means they have no fire support and are very likely to lose this game. Well, we're continuing at this speed because there is still some debate going on in chat, as you can see. And Zoe's saying, yes, that maybe the reason you were team killed is because the team thought you deserved it. And that's true. And the AMX-50B's decided to join the rest of the team on the east side of the battlefield because they are making some progress towards the enemy cap. But they are one tank ahead on the enemy. But I still don't give them much chance to win this because they're lacking Arty. And Arty can be crucial to winning games. Tank players don't like to admit it, but the fact is that Arty does provide the fire support that enables to get over obstacles such as a tank that's in a very good defensive position. I think that AMX is trying to be cautious. Or is he going up into the northeast corner to shoot over towards the west? Well, he's been spotted by someone. So there might be somebody up here. Oh, no, he's been spotted by that Samur behind him. We've just lost our SU-101. Oh, he is getting good hits on that SM. Now, oh, there is an Arty up here. That's why he came up here. Because they recognised there was fire coming from this direction. And that's the Batchat 155-55 taken down. Now, is there another enemy up here? There might be. We'll soon know. Well, no there isn't. So we'll now switch view to the T110E5. Scores are still even. And we are making progress on the east side of the battlefield. But I think the enemy is making progress the other side. Okay, there's the 113. It's found the Borsig. Oh, Borsig just took a big hit. And he's gone. And although the T110E5 is getting shots on that 113, he must have support somewhere behind him. And yes, that was a shot from the T92 HMC on the enemy team. Long stun, and he's been tracked, I think.
We fixed the track. Get going.
And the 113 is now trying to outflank him. As you know, the 113 tier 10 Chinese heavy with very good armor, but yep, there's the T110E5 destroyed. Even though they got the 113. They are now down to just 3 tanks left. The IS-3 in the north, the K91 and the AMX-50B. Now they're down to 2 because they've just lost the IS-38. And that's the 2-minute warning. So looks like team killing the Arty was not a good idea for that GW Tiger P, because it now looks like they're going to lose the game. And that GW Tiger P is still in chat, being abusive to the other players. I think the AMX-50B knows the game's up. Not a lot he can do, so he's decided to drown himself. Because there's no point in playing a game where you're not going to win. Well, at least that's probably his view. Either that or he's decided to take up a defensive position to force the enemy to come where he wants. Well, he's only got 116 hit points anyway. He's still in the game, and his teammate's still in the game. Or is he? No, yes, the K91's still alive. He's up on top of the hill. But they've got 2 in the cap, and they can cap out in time. If they get 3 in the cap, then it's going to be very easy for them. I don't think the K91 is going to get enough resets to actually make a difference. Yes, they've got 3 in the cap now. So the K91 needs to get a reset quickly, or this game is going to be over. He's trying, but he can't see that far. And yes, it's a loss. Well, that was predictable. And all because the GW decided to team kill Zoe because Zoe was telling him to be quiet, so she could get on with the job of killing the enemy. And here's the end of battle results for Zoe. Yep, she did do rather well right up to the point she was team killed. She did manage to get a bruiser medal out of that one. She got 9 critical hits. She only needed 5 to get the bruiser, but she didn't get any epic medals, I'm afraid. If we look at the team damage, we can see that the T110E5 did the best with 2,856 on their team, but the high score overall was that 113 with 3635, and then their T92 with 3159. So he managed to get 1,138 hit points of damage, and the guy who actually team killed her did 797, so he wasn't doing anywhere near as much damage as Zoe was doing. So team killing Zoe really did affect the battle. It really damaged their chances of winning. When it came to kills, the top level was shared between the K91, the Scorpion and the 113, all got 3 kills apiece. Zoe managed to get 1 kill during that game. And the team killer, well, he didn't get any kills at all. In fact, he got -1 because, of course, he team killed Zoe and didn't get any other score. And when it came to base XP, well, the winner there was the Scorpion G, the T92 and the 113. And Zoe, well, Zoe did fairly okay with 246 base experience points. And the team killer, well, he actually only got 229 out of that one. Zoe fired 9 shots in that game, got 3 direct hits but no penetration, 7 splash. Damage of 1,138 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. She hit 5 of the enemy, killed 1, and did 221 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. On a premium account, she earned 13,088 credits, and she got compensation of 43,946 credits from the GW Tiger Porsche, and that brought up a total of 63,578, and after repair and ammunition resupply, she took away 16,461 credits. She received 246 XP and took away 369, so there's something what replays is not telling us about there. Now, there's one thing I am curious about is, did she actually hit somebody in those bushes when she saw that tree knocked over? And the answer to that is, yes, she did hit somebody. It was a T-54 lightweight. She didn't do any damage to him, but she did stun him and do a critical hit. And I think that was probably his tracks. So he was probably close to the edge at that moment. And she also managed to wound a T-95. Now, he might have been at the very back when she fired in that direction. She did see a tree go down, and that was probably him. So he also received a critical hit and a stun. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button. And the team killer, just so you can be reminded, this is the guy, Rutland. He's on the EU server. And he's in the GW Tiger P on this occasion, but he's not in any clan. So if you see him, or if you're using the Team Killers mod, then you'll be able to identify him in battle and send plenty of HE in his direction to remind him that if you team kill Arty, it does have consequences, because other Artys will be out to get your hide. They will obviously remind you that it's not a good idea to attack your own kind. Thanks for watching.